Welcome to SOS Media, your number one source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. A recent alleged audio of R. Kelly has surfaced with him making a plea for better prison conditions, and he is heard saying some very incriminating things about the medical care in prison. It's true that many prison inmates suffer from poor healthcare services, sanitation and nutrition. It is also true that several prisons in the United States are overcrowded and don't have adequate education and rehabilitation. This has become a massive problem for inmates. While we do understand the fact that prison is not designed to be a country club, at least minimum health standards should be observed. We all know that R. Kelly is dealing with some health issues and has made several emotional claims that his medical needs are not being met, and continues passionately speaking out about it. The alleged R. Kelly audio is quite disturbing to people who care for humanity. R. Kelly claims he was not given an X-ray when being treated for the alleged blood clots. Having blood clots is very serious, and one of the tools used to show their existence is the X-rays and Doppler machines. SOS Media would like to enlighten our audience about the basics of what actually these blood clots are and show validation for R. Kelly's pleas. Blood clots are semi-solid or gel-like masses that form in your arteries and veins. Blood clots help control bleeding, but they may also cause serious medical issues including deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary embolism and heart attack. Blood clots protect you from bleeding too much if you're injured or have surgery. However, you may develop blood clots for other reasons, such as having certain undesired medical conditions. When that happens, blood clots may cause symptoms and can be very life-threatening. Blood clots are the first line of defense if something damages your delicate blood vessels or if you cut yourself, say, from shaving. Blood clots are the reason why the bleeding usually stops after a few seconds or minutes. You can develop a blood clot for other reasons, such as being immobile for a long time or having medical conditions that increase your blood clot risk. When that happens, your blood doesn't flow as it should. Blood clots are made up of platelets and fibrin. Platelets are small colorless fragments of cells that your bone marrow makes, while fibrin is a blood protein which is sticky and may look like long strings. Platelets and fibrin work together to seal injured areas of your blood vessels. A blood clot may look like a clump of reddish jelly held in place by a netting, and a closer look may show cells called platelets that look like tiny plates and a protein netting known as fibrin. Blood clots' red color comes from red blood cells that are trapped in the fibrin netting as they flow past the injured area. You can develop a blood clot anywhere in your body. Blood clots that happen in your veins may develop in your arms and legs. This is referred to as deep vein thrombosis. Now, blood clots that develop in your arteries may appear in your lungs, and this is referred to as pulmonary embolism. Blood clots that block blood flow to your brain may cause a stroke, and blood clots in your heart may cause a heart attack. In general, you would notice blood clot symptoms from clots forming in your veins and arteries. Leg pain, swollen legs and change in skin color may be symptoms of deep vein thrombosis, and chest pain or shortness of breath can be symptoms of blood clots in your lungs or heart. Blood clot issues are associated with many different kinds of conditions. You may develop a blood clot because you cut yourself and your body is working to stop your bleeding, but there are also conditions that focus on blood clots, such as bleeding disorders or blood clotting issues. You may also develop conditions that increase your risk of developing blood clots. A blood clotting disorder is a condition that causes your body to make more blood clots than normal. People may inherit disorders that increase the risk of blood clots or develop disorders during their lifetime. Common blood clotting disorders include Factor V Leiden. This inherited disorder is the most common blood clotting disorder, and it slightly increases your risk of deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism. Prothrombin gene mutation. Like Factor V Leiden, this inherited condition slightly increases your risk of deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism. Antiphospholipid syndrome is an autoimmune disorder which increases blood clot risk. Many factors may increase blood clot risk too. For example, people with severe coronavirus disease 2019 have an increased risk. Other factors include people age 65 and older, the pregnant, those who are obese, and those who have cancer. Those taking birth control pills or having hormone therapy, as well as smokers, also carry a risk, just like those who are immobile. If you have been told you have a blood clot, Your doctor may give you medicine called a blood thinner, also called an anticoagulant, to treat it. In most cases, your doctor will tell you to follow this treatment plan. Venous ultrasound is usually the first step for confirming a venous blood clot. Sound waves are used to create a view of your veins. A Doppler ultrasound may be used to help visualize blood flow through your veins. If the results of the ultrasound are inconclusive, phenography or MR angiography may be used. CT angiography scan of the chest is another required diagnostic test if your doctor suspects you have a pulmonary embolism. The most common cause of a pulmonary embolism is a fragment from a leg or pelvic clot that has broken off and traveled through the veins to the lung. You may be sent for a chest X-ray if your doctor believes you may have a condition other than a blood clot. CT angiography of the abdomen and pelvis is another type of CT scan that may be used if your doctor suspects a blood clot somewhere in your abdomen or pelvis. It may also be used to rule out other conditions that cause the same symptoms as blood clots. CT angiography of the head and neck is a very vital requirement if you are exhibiting the symptoms of a stroke. Your doctor will order an emergency CT scan of the head in order to confirm the presence of a clot. In some cases, your doctor may order a cerebral angiography exam. A carotid ultrasound could also be performed to see if a fragment from a blood clot in your neck has traveled to your brain. Blood clots may cause symptoms that mimic other diseases or conditions, and you may have to undergo additional testing to rule out the other conditions. According to a report by Radar Online, R. Kelly's lead attorney Jennifer Bonjean also accused the Chicago Metropolitan Correctional Center prison medical staff of incompetence in handling health care issues of inmates. She alleged that the king of R&B and other convicts were deprived of medical treatment and care. "It's not just because he is R. Kelly," Bonjean said earlier this year. "Every prisoner deserves medical care and attention. The MCC is obligated to handle these issues competently." R. Kelly was convicted in Chicago in September 2022. In February 2023, he was sentenced to 30 years in jail and is currently detained at the Federal Correctional Institute in Butler, from where he continues to call for attention over his poor and failing health. R. Kelly has reportedly complained about almost losing his life in prison due to the poor medical treatment. R. Kelly reportedly almost lost his life. The 56-year-old suffered from blood clots in his leg, which led to him needing urgent medical attention. According to an interview by Rap House last week, R. Kelly's latest blood clot procedure was allegedly botched by the prison medical team. He also stated that he did not deserve to die and that someone miscommunicated or made a guess as to what was wrong with his leg. "I'm not supposed to die this way," he stated in the interview from jail. "You're not supposed to even take a chance on that. They didn't even do an X-ray. That is why I am speaking out, since I am afraid for my life in that area." And who wouldn't be? R. Kelly continued, adding that they treat their animals better than that. Thank you for watching today's video, brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.